Clouds rise high and my heart feels weak. I remember the one who calmed the raging sea. Like Peter on the water, you called me to believe. Your hand stretched out, always rescuing me. You are my refuge, my strength through the storm, the anchor of hope when my spirit is torn. In the hands of the healer, I will find my peace. In the arms of my Savior, every burden is released. Your grace is my shelter, your love will never fade. In the hands of the healer, my fears are washed away. You spoke to the blind, and their sight was restored. Touched the broken-hearted, and called them back to the Lord. Like the woman who reached for the hem of your robe, I'm reaching now for your mercy and your hope. You are my refuge, my strength through the storm, the anchor of hope when my spirit is torn. In the hands of the healer, I will find my peace. In the arms of my Savior, every burden is released. Your grace is my shelter, your love will never fade. In the hands of the healer, my fears are washed away. You spoke to the blind, and their sight was restored. Touched the broken-hearted, and called them back to the Lord. Like the woman who reached for the hem of your robe, I'm reaching now for your mercy and your hope. You are the hands of the healer, I will find my peace. In the arms of my Savior, every burden is released. Your grace is my shelter, your love will never fade. In the hands of the healer, my fears are washed away. And as I sleep, you're walking through the night, turning tears to joy, replacing dark with light. Just as Lazarus heard your voice in the grave, you're calling my name, bringing life, bringing faith. In the hands of the healer, I will find my peace. In the arms of my Savior, every burden is released. Your grace is my shelter, your love will never fade. In the hands of the healer, my fears are washed away. You are the God who never slumbers or sleeps, the one who walks with me through valleys so deep. I'll trust in your promise, your mercy and grace. In the hands of the healer, I'll forever stay.
My dear child, my beloved, I see the weight you carry. I know the pain that grips your soul and the wounds that time seems unable to heal. Do not think you are alone, because I am here. I care about every tear that falls and know the depth of every sigh you release when no one else is listening. As it is written, cast all your anxiety on the Lord, for he cares for you. 1 Peter 5:7. I want you to lean on me, to trust in my love, and to find rest for your weary heart. You don't need to be strong on your own, my beloved. I don't want you to wear yourself out trying to fight your pain with your own strength. Come to me just as you are, fragile, burdened, unsure, and let me be your refuge. Just as a mother cradles her child, I want to hold you in my arms and remind you that here with me you are safe. My promise to you is one of hope, peace, and restoration. I know your struggles, but I also know the ending of this story. Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. Isaiah 40:31. I want to renew your strength, not for fighting, but for living, for breathing deeply, and for finding beauty again in the small things, even in the midst of chaos. When the burden feels unbearable, do not carry it alone. Hand over your pain, your fears, and your insecurities to me. I am the God who is never absent, who will never abandon you. I want to fill the emptiness in your heart with my love, with my comforting presence, and with the assurance that you are deeply cherished. My beloved daughter, my dear son, allow yourself to rest in me. You don't have to understand everything right now. Often what you experience today is part of a greater plan that you cannot yet see, but which is being carefully woven for your good. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future, Jeremiah 29:11. These plans are for you. I am sensitive to your pain. I know you feel like you have no strength left to continue, but I am not asking you for strength right now. All I ask is that you let me take care of you, that you give me what weighs so heavily on you, and trust that I am working in your favor, even when everything seems to be falling apart. You are not alone on this journey. I am by your side, step by step, holding your hand, guiding your path, and wiping away your tears. All I ask is that you trust me, because my love for you is eternal. My grace is greater than any pain, and my care runs deeper than any wound. I love you with a love that never fails. And that is why I promise you better days ahead. Your heart will find rest, your soul will be restored, and you will see that I have always been here, holding you when you thought you could no longer go on. You are precious to me, and I will never stop caring for you. Believe in my power, my dear child, my beloved. Even when everything feels unstable, when the waves of conflict threaten to engulf you, remember, I am the God who walks on water and calms the storms. Call to me and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know, said Jeremiah 33:3. Hold my hand with confidence, for it is always extended to rescue you. You will never be alone. I am by your side every step of the way. Come to me without fear. No matter the weight you carry or the doubts that trouble you, I will never reject you. I am the refuge for the weary, the shelter for the afflicted. As my word says, God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Psalm 46:1. Allow me to strengthen you and guide your path, even when it feels like you are walking against turbulent winds. You do not need to be afraid. My grace is greater than any challenge, and my favor is upon you. I will fill your heart with courage and hope, and I will always be present to hold you when you feel you cannot go on. You are strong, not because you have never faced difficulties, but because you choose to trust in me. Prepare yourself, my beloved daughter, my dear son, for I am bringing a time of restoration and joy into your life. Those around you will see my goodness reflected in you. I have poured my grace upon your life and anointed you for great things. As my word declares, you are the salt of the earth. You are the light of the world. Matthew 5:13-14. I want your life to shine, bringing hope and love to those around you. But remember, keep your heart pure. Do not let pride or vanity entangle you. Submit yourself to my word. Treat others with love and humility, and I will continue to reveal my purpose through you. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for human masters, in Colossians 3:23. I know every desire that dwells in your heart, even those you have never expressed. Before you were born, I wrote your future with care and love. My promises for you never fail. Your prayers have not been forgotten. Each one is before me. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11.
You are my refuge, my strength through the storm, the anchor of hope when my spirit is torn.